I'm Kerry Argent. I work for an apprenticeship training provider and I'm mainly focused on healthcare apprenticeships. I've been coming to the Forge for a little under a year now. I come with my children and my husband. Just recently I've been getting involved with Forge Kids, so now I volunteer at the 11 o'clock service as well, so sometimes we do both services, which is really lovely. So the first time I came to the Forge, I had been invited by friends who were regular attenders of the church, so I knew people, but I put it off. I'm sure everyone's been there where you feel like you're not good enough or you're not at the right stage in your faith to go into church. But as soon as I walked through those doors, I just felt like an overwhelming sense of belonging. I knew it was where I was supposed to be. And I think I've been back every week since. Since we've been coming to the Forge, we've just felt like a big part of the community there, which has been really nice. We haven't had that before. My eldest, he just went to the youth camp Revolutions at Sizewell Hall. He had an amazing time. So before coming to the Forge, we wouldn't really go to church, or I didn't really go to church. It was like a special occasion sort of thing. I would say I've always had a faith and I've always had a belief in God, but I haven't really ever explored it the way I have. Before, when I was working, I felt really abandoned with my faith and just had a real disconnect from God. Whilst I was working during COVID times, I found that period of faith really difficult. But since joining the Forge and I did the Alpha course, it's given me sort of like foundations with my faith. Like I lean in on God more than what I would have done before. Before I just would have been like, walked away from it and things like that, and I don't do that anymore since I've been coming to the Forge. So now, looking back at that time when I sort of felt abandoned, I am able to see God in that time and the things that was happening. And one of the things I've learned actually within the small group that I attend is just about having a different perspective. So looking from the outside in and really thinking about what God is doing in my life, even when I can't see it, and sort of changing my mindset to have like more positive belief and faith than negative. Some of the things that have helped me change my perspective and have a different outlook are just being really involved in the church community, spending time with God. I've started praying daily. I didn't do that before. Attending things like small groups. So I'd done the Alpha course, that helped me massively and I couldn't recommend it enough to anybody else. It answered questions that I have. So my relationship now with God and with Jesus is completely different. Like my friends and family will say that they can see a change in me, which is really nice. Even my work colleagues have said like, you can see the change in like the way your behaviour is and your character is, and just to be a much more positive. And I think I've got just a different outlook. And as a family, I think it's brought us all closer together as well. My children love coming to the Forge and spending time there, as does my husband. I would like to be baptised, one, because I'm not baptised, and I think it's a really important part of my faith to show that I'm going to live as close to Jesus and God as I can, and just continue to build that relationship. Like, no relationship is perfect, so I want to do everything that I can to make sure that I have that and maintain that relationship. I want to share what I have with others. I'd love for people to just come to the Forge, get involved, and spend time with us as a community. I think it's really important. It's made a huge difference to my life and to my family's life, and it's just an amazing thing that I think should be shared with everyone.
Kerry, delighted that you have found your home at the Forge, but I'm delighted that you've found your home with Jesus as well, and that your confidence in him, the discipline you show in spending time with him each day, I am so proud of you. We love that you've got involved in the life of the church and you're living out your faith. Jesus has changed you and is changing you and will continue to change you, all for good. All for good. So we are proud now to baptise you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Let me pray for you just very quickly. Father God, thank you that you are at work in Kerry's life. Thank you that your Holy Spirit is filling her life and that she is demonstrating love and joy and peace and patience and kindness and goodness, faithfulness, gentleness and self-control. Lord, I love the work that you're doing in her life. I love the person that she is and is becoming to. And Lord, I pray that you would use her to help others discover your love for themselves. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen.